Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to Car Question. So when you think about a mid-size sedan, which one do you choose? Well, if you want help, listen to the top that we're gonna do right now with all the cars that we can find in the segment in 2017. So let's start with the Toyota Camry. Yes, I know for 2018 you will have a new model. It's gonna be completely new with a new V6 with direct injection. You will also be able to choose a 4-cylinder of new generation. A hybrid version will also be available, and you've got also a sporty side of the Camry that's going to show in 2018 with a two-tone color paint. Wow, Toyota, what are you doing? But still, we have to look at the 2017 Camry. Let's look at the negative points first. First of all, the direction is not that direct. You know, you feel that softness when you turn the steering wheel. When you press on the brake, you will feel that spongious brake that you don't get a direct feeling. So it might be comfortable, but it's just as the same thing as the suspension. Also, it doesn't give you a great feeling of the road. It's just there for its fluffiness and go over the pothole. On the plus side though, you've got a strong fuel economy, either with the 4-cylinder or even the V6. You've got easy control inside with big buttons, and you've got that awesome reliability with Toyota right now. Add the V6 to the Camry, you're gonna feel that it's gonna be faster, but not sportier. The next one is the Nissan Altima. There's no change for 2017, so it remains the same. On the downside, you've got the normal performance of the 2.5. The road handling is normal once again. You don't get that much of a feeling behind the wheels. The space inside is average for the mid-size sedan category. You don't have any Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, so it's behind when you look at the technology inside. Once you're rolling on the road, you will see that it's missing some sound insulation. You hear a lot of noise. On the plus side though, you've got a strong performance coming out of that 6-cylinder engine. Fuel economy is acceptable, and you probably got one of the most comfortable front seat in all the segment. The next one is the Honda Accord. It's one of the best seller of the segment. You don't have a lot of change for 2017, but hey Honda, you need to do something because the last major redesign was in 2013. So it's already 4 years, but to be competitive in that segment, you need to be there. You need to make change. On the downside, you've got that ugly multimedia system interface, which is really 2006 with its color and its interface. You also have a lack of luxury equipment in the car that you will find in other cars of the same segment. The driving aids are aggressive, more aggressive than the average in the class, so sometimes it will even disturb the driver rather than help him. The CVT on acceleration sometimes we don't like. On the plus side though, you've got big volume, big interior space. It's comfortable even in the potholes here in Quebec, Canada. You've got a good 4-cylinder engine that is reliable and fuel efficient. And you can also have the Accord in different configuration. Let's say that you want a coupe, a V6, a manual transmission. Well, you can get one, and you're gonna see that the Accord will change. It's gonna be way more reactive and fun to drive, but not as practical in the coupe version. The Ford Fusion is another great player in that segment. On the downside, the rear visibility is affected by the line of the top of the car. You've got those nice EcoBoost engine, but guess what? They're thirsty and it's hard to do the fuel consumption announce, so you always get up ending higher. Is it because we have a hard foot on the accelerator pedal? I don't think so. Turbo engine loves gas. On the plus side though, you've got a tons of engine to choose, going from naturally aspirated engine, EcoBoost engine, hybrid, and even a plug-in version that you can opt for. You've got also a really good road handling. Choose the sports version, you're gonna see that adaptive suspension is really fun. Once you're sitting inside, you don't hear a lot of road noise. You've got that awesome sync tree system also, which is easy to use. And by the way, if you want to check the video that we did about that system, well, feel free to click there right in the corner. This car is also available in all-wheel drive configuration, so this is perfect for winter. The Hyundai Sonata, the Korean of the gang. For 2017, they only made minor change to the equipment group that you can have on the Sonata. On the downside, acceleration are slow. The car is lacking some dynamism that you can find in the other players of that segment. The space in the rear is a little bit more restrained when you check also with the same group. On the plus side, when you're going to be rolling, you're going to hear silence, and that's great. Good sound and sonorization. The interior is spacious, the multimedia interface is good and intuitive, and you've got also good Korean warranty. What can you ask more? Security? Well, they ace some security tests, so this makes a great car also. The Chevrolet Malibu, the American contender, is here. You've got a new 9-speed transmission, which is going to be available for 2017. On the downside, the engine, the 1.5 liter, is kind of short on power. It's a chance that you have a turbo to help this little engine breathe. The 6-speed will try some time to find the gears. When you choose the base model, don't expect to have a lot of equipment. If you're the driver and you want to look around, visibility is not that good. For a positive note though, you've got a spacious interior. You've got a hybrid version which is going to give you good acceleration. The multimedia interface is great and you've got a lot of connectivity, and when you're going to be in those turns, you're going to see that this car will hold the road. You've got the Kia Optima, the Korean cousin of the Hyundai for 2017. Same thing, modification to the equipment. On the downside, 1.6 turbo is not that reactive. The line of the roof also make you lose some headspace in the rear for your passenger. It's also hard to make some backup maneuver with that car. You have to rely on the rear view camera, but there's nothing like checking and being able to see when you do those parking maneuver. When you're going to press on the brake, you're going to feel that it's sponges. On the plus side though, you've got a really good balance between price and equipment that you will get. There's also a tons of space for your little object to store them around inside the car. You've got also a great multimedia system which is easy to use and functional. Same thing for the interior, also the access, the button are all easy to master. The Subaru Legacy is going to be probably one of your favorite mid-size sedan if you live in the north. For 2018, you will have some minor modification made to the car with a little add-on about technology. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, also the exterior and interior will be changed a little bit, but you're still gonna stick with the same engine. So for 2017, when you look at the current model, those H engine are a little bit noisier than the other. Acceleration are not that good. And when you look at the interior of the car, it feels more like 2007 than 2017. On the plus side, all-wheel drive, summer, winter, wet, grass, mud, name it, this car can take it. When you're sitting behind the wheel, you've got excellent visibility everywhere that you are looking. The Subaru Legacy also did great on impact test. This car is nimble and you won't fear any weather with that car. When you read the internet news, you probably saw that the Chrysler 200 was gone. But guess what? It's still offered as a 2017 model. So what happened? Did they change the 2016 for 2017? Did they change the serial number? Well, I don't know, but it's still offered. And guess what? It's a great car. When you compare it to the bunch, on the minus side, well, you don't have a lot of interior space. The top security equipment will only be available if you choose the fully equipped version. The base engine is not that fun. Also, the fuel economy of the base engine is not that good. On the plus side though, add all-wheel drive and a V6 engine and you will have a lot of fun with that car. The connectivity is great with that big 8.4 inches screen, which is one of the best with the Uconnect system. You've got great result to the collision test and you've got a multitude of inside storage that you can use. This car is really ignored right now on the market and I don't know why. Try this car, gang, you won't be deceived. The Buick Regal is another car that don't get a lot of attention. For 2017, there's no change, probably because there's going to be a new version in 2018. On the downside, you've got that good old Buick look. Also, with the base engine, there's not going to be a lot of strong acceleration. Fuel consumption is not that good. The interior quality is not that great when you compare it to other cars in this segment. Same thing for the rear seat, it's not that comfortable. On the plus side though, standard equipment is kind of okay. The interior, the sound, the road noise is really acceptable. You've got a strong turbo engine, but he's thirsty also. It's also available in all-wheel drive. One of the last cars that we're going to look at is the Volkswagen Passat, another car which won't have a lot of change for 2017. On the downside, the tactile screen is kind of small. Also, the interface is not one of my favorite. The transmission is kind of slow to react to the gear change. We're not used to that with Volkswagen. You've got also less sensation on the road. It's strange because it's not really like the other feeling that we have when we drive other car of the same brand. On the plus side, you've got a humongous trunk space. Rear space is really abundant, and you've got a good road handling while you're going to be driving this car. And even if you don't get a lot of sensation behind the wheels, you will have an acceptable road handling. Noise level are low, and the 4-cylinder will give you okay performance. So there you go, guys. We're gonna see the top car that we choose in the mid-size segment soon. But before, are you okay with the selection that we make? Did we forget a car? Are you okay with the point that we said? Do you think that we're on the wrong track on one point? Feel free to add a comment right there in the section down below. Don't forget also to do a thumbs up if you like that video and subscribe to Car Question because we'll probably do another top segment soon. Take care.